Okay, this is out to the women, the single women out there that are trying to look for a guy. Alright, when you're looking for a guy, don't get, you know, caught up in his game, in his tricks. Alright? If a guy comes up to you, or you get to know a guy, and he tends to speak good words, and he walks the walk and talk the talk, you know, great, good for you. Time will tell if that's gonna last. I mean, you look at people that get married and then they get a divorce. They had something special in order to get married, but then something happened, and then that started the divorce. You know, it's the same thing with a relationship. It starts good, but it depends on the two people involved. All right. Time will tell. Tolerance. All right. If you don't have tolerance, you know, understanding, you know, a bond, chemistry. I'm not saying, oh yeah, you like the color red. You know, you both like the color red. No, I'm telling you, you need to be connected. You need to have tolerance of each other. You need to understand that both of you are different. You know, you're gonna disagree on things. You know, you just need to understand that. But don't fall for a guy's tricks, okay? Because I've seen my sister go through stuff like that. You know, my sister, you know, thought this one guy was really good, and even my family thought he was good. I didn't like any of the guys that my sister brought. You know, but the guy, you know, treated her nice, treated her like I would guess like, you know, any girl would want to be treated. And the guy wanted one thing, 3-letter word. And guess what? My sister was pregnant, you know, and my sister gave birth to a baby girl. Her name's Savannah. She's 4 years old now. But, you know, at the time when she was 2 years old, he only saw her like less than 15 times in her first 2 years. Ever since, he hasn't seen her. He hasn't seen her in the past 2 years. He's avoiding child support, and he's just running. And, you know, my sister got hurt, and my sister was introduced to cocaine through him. But my sister is straight now. She found somebody. She has her own little family going. She doesn't do none of that stuff. But my sister was hurt, and she wasn't my sister when she was doing those drugs, when she was hurt. Alright? She didn't act like my sister. She was out drinking, drugs, totally changed because of the relationship she was in. You know? I mean, I look at my mom. My mom's been hurt. Bad. You know, and I could see that every day because my mom is depressed. My mom has trauma of what she's been through. My mom even tells us that she feels uncomfortable when she hugs her own children because the trauma she's been through. My mom was raped at knife point. You know, that's why you have to be careful. You know, don't trust what a guy says. You know, if he says, "Oh, come on, you know, you want to have sex, you know, if you love me, you know, we'll do it." Don't fall for that shit. All right? It's just bullshit. If he could put his wants for your needs, then that's a good sign. All right? And it should be vice versa as well. Sex is nothing, all right? Sex is only special when two people love each other. Now, don't confuse love with sex, okay? You love your mom, you love your dad, you love your sister, you love your brother. You don't have sex with them, right? Of course you don't, all right? Love isn't sex. Even though you might, you know, look up in the definition, no, it's not, all right? Sex is pleasure. Love is something you feel deep inside, all right? But it's going to take time for you to find that person, to trust that person, to get to know that person. A good way, if you want to get to know somebody, is to become friends. You become friends, and you just get to know that person, because I'm pretty sure you're more open to your friends than you are if you were to go out with somebody. If you ever been out with somebody, I'm pretty sure you're more open to your friends, right? Okay, and if you're more open to your friends, that person will get to know you better, and if that friendship turns into something beautiful, then great. If it doesn't, guess what? You're friends. And plus, you're not going to have that awkwardness if you do get together and you break up. You're not going to have that awkwardness. You're not going to, be like those people that never speak to each other again, You're going to have a background. You're going to have a friendship. And it's going to remain a friendship. Alright? So, don't fall for that shit. There was a study back in 2005 that there was 13.6 million single parents. 84% of the single parents, the mothers, have custody of the children. That's a lot of guys that don't give a shit about the kids. And that was only the reported ones. Alright? So, just to be careful. People do get hurt. I've seen it. I witnessed it. Okay, to the people that I love, I've seen it. Look up yourself. Just because you have this nice, goody feeling inside about this person, they don't mean nothing. Alright? Another thing is that, like I said in my video about me, almost every single guy I ever talked to, every time they see a girl, they always bring up something sexual. They see a girl in a short shorts or something, they say something sexual. It's always about that. You just gotta, that's what most males in today's society, 99.9% of males in today's society, think. Alright, if you showing something revealing or something tight, that's what they're thinking. They're not thinking, oh, that person's going to be a very successful person. No, they're saying that's a nice piece of ass. I like to hit that. You know what I'm saying? So you need to think before you just give it up.